What's up, Facebook and YouTube? This is your boy, the Metal Gamer, Alex Montalvo, Gaming 101, and I'm back with another video. And let me fix the microphone. I think that is a little bit far away. If you hear that weird noise, it's the microphone. Okay. I don't want to be. I was debating if I'm gonna do this video or not, because this is a controversy topic. Like you see in the title, I'm gonna be talking about the new iPhone, and I'm also gonna be talking about the new RXT Nvidia cards. And depending on the band that you are, you can agree with me or you can disagree with me. And I want to put some topics here on perspective for those ones that have open mind. My channel, Gaming 101, is all about technology. I am not gonna be talking only about video games. That's the majority of the time. But there are some topics that I consider they are important. Sorry about my dog. They are important. They need to be addressed also, because in cell phone people play games. Even though I don't like to play games on cell phones, and also in computers. You know, I'm a PC gamer and a Nintendo fan. Always will be a Nintendo fan. So let's start first with the Nvidia cards. Okay, the new RTX series just released, I would say like a week or 2 weeks ago of this video, and it's being a debate if this card is worth the money or not. I don't want to do a video bashing this card, because number one, I don't own this card, so I can have my own opinion. And second, I don't think that there's a reason to bash these cards, because these cards are good. And now I'm gonna be talking in this video based on comparisons, benchmark, and stuff that I see in other places, and the experience that other YouTubers and gamers that I know that have the card have. I have a friend that he ordered the 2080. By the way, go and check his channel. Is Geek Fix by Kenneth Rodriguez. Just look for it in YouTube. He have a Facebook page, and he have his own internet web. He have the RXT 2080. He ordered that one. I think they cost $800. He have the Founder Edition directly from Nvidia website. In his experience, this card is awesome. Why? Because he's coming from 3 generations behind. He used to have the Nvidia GTX 780. He jumped the 900, and he jumped the 1000, and now he's in the 20,000s series. So for him, the jump of the 780 to the 2080 is being massive, and it's being a good one. And for people that are in his situation, I think that this is the perfect time to jump to these new cards. Now, for those ones, I don't own an Nvidia card. I own a Radeon card, and I will give you my explanation why I own a Radeon card and an Nvidia card very soon. For those ones that are in that boat, like my friend Kenneth Rodriguez was, jump to the 2080. It will be ideal, okay, because you're gonna see a massive difference. Now, if you own a 1080 Ti or a 1080 Titan, I don't see why you're gonna update to the RTX, and I'm gonna explain you why. Based on benchmarks that I'm looking from the ones that my friend Kenneth posts on his page, and other YouTubers or gamers that I know that have the card, the difference between the 1080 Ti and the 2080 Ti is a 25% increase. And you maybe say, wow, a 25% increase is good. Yes, but it also jumped over a 60% in price. If you follow Nvidia cycle of cards, you will see that every generation the card improve, but the price stay almost the same. If you look for the 780 Ti, it costs almost the same as the 980 Ti, and the 980 Ti costs almost the same as the 1080 Ti. So when you upgrade, you was upgrading, but you was basically spending the same amount of money, and you was getting 25 to 30% increase in performance. And now you're getting 25 increase in performance, but you're also paying a lot of money for this card. The 1080 Ti, the Founder Edition is in $1,100 right now, and this is the Founder Edition, which have the blower system, which I am not a big fan of blower system. You know, the blow system is good because it's the blower, it's push the air outside your case through the bag, but it doesn't have too much holes or places to breathe air, so you maintain that car, even that it's blowing everything outside of your case, and maintain your case less warm inside. It maintain your graphics card a little bit hotter, the one that have more open space to breathe. So if you want to buy like a EVGA version or an MSI version of the 2080 Ti, it will cost you up to $1,500. This is a lot of money to get a card that only is going to give you 25% increase of the 1080 Ti. Now you will say, yeah, but you're not taking in consideration that the 2080 Ti have the new RT technology, and that is amazing, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But this is the part that me as a gamer, as a customer, do not agree. There's not too many games right now utilizing the RT technology. Tomb Raider is one of the games that have the patch already, that you can Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that you can update your game, and you can see what RT is all about. Also, it comes with a demo. I don't know if it's inside the box with a code or you download it, but it's a demo of Final Fantasy 15 when you can turn on the RT technology and see what this technology is all about. But other than that, nothing else have RT. RT has been for years. RT is nothing new. It's just that this is the first time that a company managed to put this technology on a card, because before, when you use RT, it was taking, it needed a lot of computation, and it was taking, you know, like hours just to process 1 or 2 frames. So it was impossible to make a card that had this technology without breaking the bank and without processing the information quickly. Until now, Nvidia, they did it, and I'm not going to go in technical specs, but it's some processors that are inside the card that is what make this available and really fast. But it's not available in any game. In the future, this probably will be a standard. So in my mind, Nvidia is just gambling right here. Nvidia is gambling that the RT technology is the futures of video games. So if the RT technology will succeed and become the standard in every video game, then Nvidia have an upper hand over AMD, because AMD doesn't have a card that can handle RT technology. Now, if Nvidia fail and RT do not go forward and become just another gimmick, I can see AMD going over Nvidia with their mid-budget cards. You can get an AMD card that can allow you to play like the Radeon 580, the RX 580 8GB edition, that allow you to play 1080p ultra settings, 60 and more FPS, or a 2K or 1440p, between 45, 50, and some cases 60 frames per second. With ultra, it would not be good for 4K, but I'm just giving you an example. Without breaking your bank, just spending $250 to $350 on the card, which is the edition that you want. When Nvidia is going all the way on the RT.
Nvidia already say that the 1000 series, like the 1060, the 1070, and the 1080, and the 1080 Ti, are not going nowhere. These are gonna become now their standard cars, basically. The prices are gonna still more expensive than Radeon, but it's gonna have that for those ones that don't want to update to the RT technology. But I think that what Nvidia is doing is just playing safe, just in case that the 20,000, Jesus Christ, the 2000 series do not go forward with their plans. They have a backup. Now, with all this said, I think that the RT technology is not the future of video games, and I will tell you why. The RT technology is all about visuals, and don't get me wrong, I know the visuals are important, because if we don't care about visuals, we will still playing NES, and we are not playing NES anymore because graphics evolve, and more the graphic evolve, more we like it, and it take you deep in the game. The first thing that catch your eyes is your attention is what you see. But when you have a technology that make your game suffer on frames per second, it's a no-no for me and a lot of gamers. If you use the RT technology and you turn on the RT technology, you cannot play in 4K if you want 60 FPS. The 1080 and the 1080 Ti, I'm going to talk about the 2070, because I don't see nobody with that car yet. I don't even know if that car is out yet. Are capable of play 4K in 60 frames per second. Okay, the settings I'm not sure, but I think that it can do it on high, very high, and ultra. I think, I'm not sure, so I don't want to give you false information. But you can play 4K at 60 frames per second with no problem at all with these cards. But if you want to play 4K and RT, you can, because it's gonna drop your frames all the way down to 25 frames per second. And I don't think that no gamer that spend $800 to $1,000 on a video card want to play their game at 25 per second just to see some reflections on the game. So you need to choose. You need to choose. It's like the PlayStation 4 Pro. You need to choose. Or you play 4K at high frame rates, or you play 4K low frame per seconds with this technology. Or you have option B, where you forget about your 4K resolution and then you play at 1080p with the RT with high FPS. Either choice that you get, you sacrifice something. For those ones that love to play a high resolution, play on a lower resolution with RTX damaging their frame per second, it's a no choice. And from those ones that that like to play low resolution, they don't need to buy a so expensive car to play at 1080p. I don't know if you get my idea. Why I'm gonna spend $1,000 on a car just to play at 1080p for see the RT effects, when I can play at 4K for the same price, or I can play with a cheaper car at 1080p at 60 frames per second and look good, because even at 1080p it would not be able, based on what Nvidia said, to play games with RT on at 60 frames per second. If you play at 1080p, it will pump to 45 to 50 frames per second. If you are in 4K, it will go way down. So for you to get higher frame rates, you need to turn off the RT technology, and that is the whole point of buying this car. I don't like the car. No, I like the car. I just think that Nvidia did not think a little bit further what they was doing, and they focused on just release a new car and put all this technology there without thinking what the customer really want. It's like I said before, it's like a PlayStation 4, which the PlayStation 4 Pro, it can do some games at 4K, but then you decide, do you want to play at 1080p with better effects, or you want to play in better frame per second, or you want to play at 4K with less 30 maximum frame per second and less effects. So it's the same that is happening with the RTX cards now. You can play at 4K with all the effects and higher frame rates, frame per second, or you can play 1080p with a lower frame per second and the RT technology on. And I will prefer all the time highest frame per second, as much frame per second that I can get. If my game can stay in 60 frames per second steady and only never go down, you'll always go up, that's what I want to be. So with that said, I'm gonna finish this part because it's 15 minutes already, and I have 5 minutes to talk about the iPhone. The new iPhone came out, the XS and the XX Max. I have the opportunity to play with one. My nephew, he bought one. He's an iPhone freak, and I play with the phone. And I need to admit it, the phone is pretty. It's pretty, but I still think that doesn't cost $1,000. I was in the store actually yesterday in T-Mobile. I was trying to upgrade my Moto C2 Force, and unfortunately, well, it was not what I was expecting, so I'm gonna stay with my phone for a little bit longer. I'm sorry. And when I was there, they offered me the XS because T-Mobile is have a promotion right now that if you get an iPhone X, you put $0 down and you pay like $40 a month for the phone. But I get the phone in my hands, and even that it's pretty and look high quality, I was comparing this phone with an LG ThinQ, which it look exactly, and I'm gonna say it look exactly, they copy the iPhone X style, even the notches there. And even that the LG was LCD versus the OLED Retina, whatever a card, the screen, the iPhone will have, and even the people give the iPhone, or this company give the iPhone a prize award of the best display right now on a phone. I don't like the way that the iPhone look. The iPhone look like it's washed out. When I get it on my hand and I was looking to the apps and the way that the screen look, that screen looked like it was fake. You know when you go to a store and they pull you a model of a phone and what they have is a plastic screen, and that screen look, you know, it look real until you get close. You say, oh my God, this is not the real phone. This is just like a image or printout of an image of how the how the phone will look. Actually, this is a dummy phone. That's what they call them. That's the kind of feeling that I feel when I get this phone in my hand. And I was like, why? Wait a minute. This phone costs $1,000. And this is the famous screen that they are saying that is the best screen on the market. I went close to the Note 8. The Note 8 look way better screen. I don't care what experts says. I know that when I put one here and one here on T-Mobile stores, this one was looking way better than this one. I don't care if behind that there's a technology that showed me that it's better than this one, but when my eyes was watching the Note 8 and the Note 9, the screen have better colors and look more realistic than what I was looking on the iPhone XS. Even the LG ThinQ, you put it side by side, and the LG ThinQ look brighter. The rest was the only thing that I need to give to the iPhone XS was when I was looking stuff that was black. The LG ThinQ, the black was looking good, but the iPhone black was it was looking more blacker, you know, like more real black. But other than that, the LG ThinQ was looking superior at all time than the iPhone XS, and it only cost $750. We compare with the iPhone that it was $1,000 for the 64 gigabyte version. 64 gigabyte version? No, I think that was the 128. I don't remember, but it was the price say $1,000. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I started to play with both, and I get out of the store more excited about the LG ThinQ than the iPhone XS. I'm an Android guy, and probably I'm a little bit biased on this because I have more experience with Android than what I have iOS. The only thing that I own on iOS was an iPad Mini, and I also own of iOS. I played with Mac before. There's a Mac Pro here that my daughter used for college, and I had the plan to play with that Mac Pro for a little bit. And iOS, the iPad, and an iPhone 6s, which is my daughter's phone, and the only iPhone that I owned was the iPhone 5s, which for me was the last good phone from iPhone. Then after that, I did nothing from iPhone is exciting me. So based on my experience, what I play, what I see, I don't know why people want to spend so much money in this phone. I think that is because, number one, they are used to it, to how to use iOS. Anybody that you know that have an iPhone, you talk to them and you tell them, hey, why you like the iPhone so much? They tell you because it's simple. Well, it's simple for them because they use it every day. But you give me an iPhone and I feel lost. I'm like, where's the button to go back? When I get an Android, I can tell an iPhone person, this is simple. But the other person can tell me, no, this is simple. No, neither of both phones are simple. It's just that I'm used to it through the Android operating system. So for me, it's simple. When you are used to it through the iOS software, so that for you is simple. But other than that, I think that iPhone doesn't have the same freedom that Android have. You cannot download the browsers that you want the way, or customize the phone the way that you want. I can turn off a lot of stuff on the Android system to make it even more simpler than what an iPhone is. I love the fact that I can, with the touch of the button, install third-party apps that are not in the Play Store, which you cannot do that on the iPhone. I love the fact that I can connect my cell phone to my computer and even use it as a hard drive if I want, an external hard drive, which you cannot do that with the iPhone. You need iTunes to manage and exchange stuff from your computer to your phone, and vice versa. So for me, the experience of Android is more complete than the experience that I get in iOS. Something that I can give to iOS is because the phone is made by Apple and the operating system is made by Apple. They tend to talk together and communicate together in a good way and give you less crashes. Okay, you need to have in mind when you buy an Android phone, you are buying a third company phone like Samsung, LG, Plus One, and all these companies that make phones, and they are using Android as an operating system. So depend the phone that you get is the experience that you're gonna get. LG experience will be different to Samsung experience, and so on and on and on. And depend the hardware is how the operating system is gonna work too. You can have a cheap phone or a middle range phone that doesn't have the CPU and the amount of RAM that Android need to be fluent, and that's when you have those crashes, and that's when you have all that issues, if you can put it that way. When in iPhone, you don't have that situation because the phone was designed with iOS in mind. So whatever iOS need, that phone is going to have. So in that part, I need to throw the ball and say, Apple, your products are good because of this. But when I put everything on the balance and everything that I can do in Android and how free I'm in Android, I can deal with those little deal breakers more than being a phone that is so close that I don't feel that I own the phone, because it's like you live in an association. Those ones that live like me in this place that I live, this is a private community, and this is an association. I live inside here, but I don't have freedom to do whatever the heck I want. If I want to construct something in front of the house, I need to go to the association and ask permission to come and put a fence in front of my house, because it's going to change the look of every house here, and I can even get a fine if I break this rule. Nothing can be added on my house unless I have permission from the association. So something like that is what happened with iPhone. You cannot do whatever you want with your phone unless you have permission from Apple through the software called iTunes when you own that phone. And the other version that or the other option that you have to feel that the phone is free, it's jailbreaking your phone, and then you can do whatever the heck you want with your phone, but then you lose warranty. When Android is not like that. You know, Android have way more freedom. So I want to just share this with you guys. I don't think that the iPhone X series worth $1,000. It's a good phone. Yes, it's a good phone. It look pretty. Yes, that phone look freaking pretty. If you're going for a beauty contest, the iPhone will win. Now, if you're going for the best deal, for the best hardware, for the best deal, for the best price, definitely there are way better phones to choose, like the LG ThinQ, like the LG V30, like the Samsung Galaxy S9, even the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, they're still around, and the Note 9 that now costs $850, a way better phone than the iPhone X series. This is your boy, the Metal Gamer, Alex Montalvo Gaming 101. See ya.